I call Chris Bishop.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That was a speech of fiction. That was just a fantasy from Mr. Robertson. But the point that he made about the hard work of the Finance and Expenditure Committee was accurate and true, because we are a very hard-working committee on FEC. We've had a number of tax bills put before the committee from the House in the last 18 months, and we will go through this bill with the same care and prudence and diligence that we do on all the tax bills that come before us and all the sensible bills that the government puts before us. So I'm looking forward to examining it. And in particular, I'm looking forward to looking at the changes for small business, because as the Minister said in his introductory remarks to the House, that is going to be of enormous benefit to a lot of small businesses around New Zealand. And there are a few things in politics, a few policies and big announcements that get cut through. You know, people in politics talk about the cut-through, the stuff that really gets out to the public, that they talk around the dinner table or the water cooler or down the pub or at the rugby or whatever. And I think we've actually just had another example of a cut-through policy just the other day. That's the predator-free New Zealand policy. That's been enormously popular, and I've had lots of people come up to me and talk about it and say, you know, it's really great to see the national government backing a blue-green vision for New Zealand, really outselling the Greens and Labour and putting up that vision of New Zealand being predator-free by 2050. They're surprised the Greens didn't have it as a policy themselves, and they've been saying to me, it's very surprising that the Greens didn't do it, and we just want to champion and applaud your vision. But the other cut-through policy, to return to the theme of the actual bill, is the small business tax changes. And I go to a lot of fora, I should say, with small business, and it's gone down extremely well, and people are actually raising it with me proactively. And so I think that's probably the biggest thing in this bill, along with the changes that come out of the Schuon Trust review. Grant Robertson left out one very important part of the timeline of his fantasy timeline of what happened around this, and that was the defamation by Andrew Little of John Schuon. That wasn't mentioned. Why did he? That's a fantasy, says Emily's Gillaway. Why did he accept that he was wrong then? Come on, he knows that is wrong. So left out of the timeline was the defamation of John Schuon. And if Andrew Little wants to come down to the House and say that, well, we would welcome that. But anyway, sir, this is a good bill. We're looking forward to examining it on FEC.